from House Financial Services, Tim Burchett, and the former director of the CBO, Douglas Holtz-Eakin. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. First to you, Congressman.
Sure.
So Treasury Secretary Yellen says they get to decide who gets the White House's historic new backstop to uninsured deposits. Isn't this jumping the shark here?
Oh, very much so, ma'am. I mean, this is obviously, Liz, this is bailout-ish from this White House. It's just another spin on what they're doing. Everybody knows it's going to cost the taxpayers. They say it's not, but again, the banks are in business to make money. They're going to pass it on to the investors, and it's going to hit us all. Yeah,
Douglas, the community banks would not have all failed. The White House is playing with fire here. Even FDR said no to bank deposit insurance. He said it encourages bad behavior, Douglas. He was saying, FDR said bankers will gamble even more with depositor money, leading to more crack-ups just to get more bonuses. FDR didn't want it.
Yeah, uninsured deposits are also known as market discipline, and we need market discipline in the banking sector. There's no question about that. So this was an extraordinary precedent to set to guarantee 100% of the deposits. She tried to, sort of pull it back a little bit today by saying, "Oh, we will only do that if it's a systemically important financial institution." But they declared Silicon Valley Bank a systemically important just so they could guarantee the deposits. So, they could declare that for anyone they want, and there's no program here. There's no set of criteria that say where that guarantee is going to come into play.
Right.
So they really have gone way over the line with that response.
Every American, every voter needs to stand up and say no. This is outrageous, Douglas and Congressman, what they're talking about. We cannot jump the shark here with this. This is wrong. Let's watch more about how GOP senators got angry with the Treasury Secretary. Watchers talk about how they pick and choose who gets bank bailouts. It's by fiat. It's done ad hoc and on the fly. And watch her mislead on debt spending and Social Security reform. Watch.
Every bank, every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of the size of the deposit, will they get the same treatment that SVB just got or Signature Bank just got?
A bank only gets that treatment if a majority of the FDIC board, a supermajority of the Fed board, and I, in consultation with the president, determine that the failure to protect uninsured depositors would create systemic risk and significant economic and financial consequences.
Would you agree those are the top three causes of inflation? Deficit spending, high energy costs, and supply dislocations?
I don't believe that deficit spending is one of the main causes of inflation.
Then why doesn't the president care?
He cares very deeply.
Then where is his plan?
He stands ready to work with Congress.
That's a lie, because when a bipartisan group of senators has repeatedly requested to meet with him about social, so that somebody who is a current beneficiary will not see her benefits cut by 24%, we have not heard anything on our request.
What do you think, Congressman?
Well, I think it's another instance where the White House is not telling the truth. Liz, this is just an extension of the generation of everybody gets a trophy. You mess up, they make these risky loans, and now everybody else is expected to pay it back. It's pretty evident which candidate Silicon Valley backs. They don't back conservatives from Tennessee, I can tell you that. They back people like who's in the White House right now.
Yeah, it sounded like picking and choosing who gets a bailout, Douglas.
It certainly did. And she repeated the concern, which is we get to decide who's systemically important in the moment, and they get a 100% guarantee. So that's not anything like telling depositors, here are the rules. Do you want to be in this bank or not? You can't run the banking system with rules that are made up after the fact. Insurance doesn't work that way.
Isn't there a way out of this banking crisis? Because what's happening now is similar to the S&L crisis of the 80s. Bad bank investments in real estate and more, high inflation. Shouldn't they just get government officials to do their job, go into bank balance sheets to stop bad practices, and to fix record inflation, stop the government's push inside the economy, Congressman? Shouldn't we be unleashing U.S. manufacturing, unleashing U.S. businesses to produce more, get more people working to fix inflation?
Exactly. When we let capitalism work, when Washington gets out of the way of entrepreneurs and people like that, and we don't reward bad behavior, which is exactly what the White House is doing. And they've had a habit of doing this, and we're going to continue to see it out of control inflation. We're going to continue to see things like this happen.
Douglas, final word.
Look, there was no systemic risk here. I mean, the big banks here, the First Republic Bank and Silicon Valley Bank, have exactly the same customers, startup tech companies. The startup tech sector is in terrible shape, and they're paying for their misjudgment in the business model and their poor handling of their risks. That's life. And in a capitalist society, those who can't handle the risks and don't build good business models go away, and we get better actors to replace them.
Break it up and sell it off. That's it. Congressman Tim Burchett, Douglas Holtz-Eakin, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.